Around had to come back to beat St. Louis in 2020 after dropping game one. Took down the Mets in 3 in 2022. And a year ago, a sweep of Atlanta. The Padres trying to make it a perfect 4-for-4 since the implementation of the wild card series. And San Diego has allowed just 3 runs in the 2 games. They'll need a little bit from their offense and hope that a little bit is all that they'll need. What a scene here at Wrigley Field on the second day of October, and it's the same starting 9 as it was the first 2 days for San Diego. Tatis, Arraez, and Machado, the top 3 for Mike Schultz, Padres. Game 3 starter for the Cubs, it is Jameson Taillon. His second postseason start, maybe, just maybe, Ben, for the former second overall pick, the most important start of his big league career.
I don't know if you could have a better Game 3 start than Jameson Taillon, especially the way he finished the regular season, man. When he came off the IL for the second time, his last 6 starts, how about this? 4-1 with a 1.57 ERA. That's how good he has been. What's been the difference for him? He is always a strike thrower, but that new pitcher we'll talk a little bit about later on, that kick change of his has kind of been the difference maker as of late.
Taillon and Yu Darvish the matchup. Both teams wondering how long until the levee breaks and the bullpen flood begins. With San Diego and Chicago trying to punch their ticket to Milwaukee for the division series starting Saturday. It is once again a spectacular sunny day. We have been blessed with extraordinary weather and some pretty darn good baseball too at Wrigley. Away we go in game 3, and Fernando Tatis Jr. first pitch swinging, pops a fastball out of play from Jameson Taillon. 4:08 Central Time. We are right on time here in this win or go home game 3. 26-year-old Tatis Jr. swings and misses at the Taillon cutter for strike 2.
It'll be interesting to see the Tatis Jr. we get in this game. Game 1, a lot more chase. He saw 13 pitches. Only 3 of them were in the zone.
Tatis chases again. He swings at all 3 pitches. And Jameson Taillon sets the tempo.
Jameson Taillon, folks, I'm telling you what, he has been on point lately, and he starts this game on point. You can't throw a breaking ball any better than that. It is in the zone a long time and just disappears down and away on Fernando Tatis Jr. And a good start for Jameson Taillon here in the first.
That is his big 2-strike weapon to righties, the sweeper. Change-ups to lefties. A fastball called a strike by DJ Rayburn. Begins Luis Arraez on 1.
That's where you'll see Taillon's fastball. It'll be 91 to 95, 2 and a 4-seamer, the sweeper, the cutter, curveball, and a changeup as well. So it is a real mix, a real 5-pitch mix for him.
Game 1 of the American League Championship Series 2022. That was his other postseason start. Yankees against Houston. He pitched well, 4 1/3, 1 earned run. Taillon, the second pick in the draft 15 years ago out of the Woodlands High School in Texas. But a bit of a winding road to get here. It's 2-1. Arraez pokes it out of play, and it's 2-2. Well, the wind is always a factor at Wrigley Field. And right now, it's a little bit different than the first 2 days. The wind is actually blowing out to left and center. Once again, it is devastating to get a ball out right, but it might be a more hitter-friendly environment today.
It's definitely more gettable than it has been the first 2 days. Because we've had some balls hit hard in this one. I'm talking about some balls touched out toward right field, right center field, and even center field. It's not really left the ballpark. On normal days with the wind blowing out or even just no wind at all, 2 of those balls would have been long balls.
Just 3 homers combined. 2-2 for Arraez. Swings, fouls it out of play, a changeup. And Luis Arraez, one of the toughest 2-strike hitters in baseball, is still fighting here. Yesterday, he had an 0-2 pitch knocked into center for a single. He's got the highest average in 2-strike counts in the majors.
When a hitter is not afraid to hit with 2 strikes and Luis Arraez isn't afraid, that's the guys that are really tough to get out.
That's a perfect example right there. I mean, he can foul off. We saw the changeup on the pitch prior. Now he gets a 4-seam fastball above the zone, a little too close to take. He's got the flattest swing in all of baseball, which is a big reason why he puts the ball in play more than any other hitter.
Yeah, flatter swings, and that's how you have a career batting average of .317, because he has a flat swing. He can match the plane of the ball.
That one vaulted in the air to Pete Crow Armstrong. You could see him drifting back. PCA in front of the wall puts it away. The first 2 days, guys, PCA's probably coming in on that fly ball.
Park is playing a lot different today. You can see PCA right there telling Ian Happ out in left field, that ball is carrying, because it went up. It looked like a routine fly ball, and it just keeps drifting and drifting and drifting and really pushes him all the way back to the wall.
The Gold Glove center fielder to be chatting with Ian Happ. Here's Machado, 2 down, and he takes another cutter for a strike. Manny Machado had the biggest swing of the season for the Padres. A 2-run home run in the 5th yesterday, his 12th career in the postseason. Machado 27 in the regular season, again among the game's elite third basemen. And yesterday, the Cubs decided to pitch to him with a base open and 2 outs, and they paid for it. Machado takes strike 2.
Taillon dialed in right now, man.
This Wrigley Field crowd is dialed in too.
Yeah.
15 pitches, 11 strikes for Taillon, looking for a perfect first. Machado to right center field. Crow Armstrong, electric. Maybe no one better in the game anywhere than PCA.
PCA, the read, the ability, and then going down to get this thing. You talk about a sinker on a fastball. How about a sinker to catch this thing? Follows it down to complete the 3rd out of the 1st.
Jameson Taillon with a 1-2-3 first inning. A little help from Pete Crow Armstrong in center. And the Cubs will look to crack the score sheet first for the first time this series. Craig Counsell also runs with the same starting 9. Nico Horner's got 3 hits. Seiya Suzuki a couple of extra base hits. Chicago would love a little offense from Hap, Tucker, and Crow Armstrong, who have struggled through 2. The former Cub Yu Darvish starts for the 4th time in a winner-go-home postseason game.
Yeah, Yu Darvish in his 13th big league season. How about that? 39 years old, man, is still doing it. ERA a little bit higher than what he would like this year. He missed the first 3 months of the season. Didn't pitch toward the end of June this year. And he's got some postseason experience, man. 13 starts in the postseason. And a really good ERA, 3.77 ERA, something to kind of keep an eye on. 13 postseason starts. He's allowed 18 home runs.
Michael Busch, Cubs leadoff man. Busch grounds the ball over to the right side and through. A base hit for Busch.
This is just simple baseball. Take this cut fastball. Find that 4-hole, get it through. This is more of the Cubs. What they've been missing, getting leadoff batters on, putting the ball in play, less swing and miss, starts it off right there with a knock.
Craig Counsell told us before the game, I think the cutter could be a good pitch for our lefties to attack. Busch attacks the first one he sees as Nico Horner can't hold up his swing, and it's strike 1. Cubs came into this game hitting 175 in the series. For the season, Chicago, the 5th highest scoring offense in baseball, 4.9 runs a game, 6th in homers, tied for 3rd in steals, and 2nd in stolen base percentage. Horner with the ground ball slowly to short. Bogarts will flip to second. Cronenworth can't get it to first in time. 6-4 fielder's choice, and Darvish has the first out.
Ball just not hit hard enough right there. It was a really good pitch by Darvish. He kind of gets it right off the end of the bat. Bogarts has had an outstanding series on both sides of the ball. A quick flip over to second baseman, but not in time. I think the right guys get on for the Cubs. They're going to try to run on Darvish. Darvish is a big guy. He's 6'5", 225 pounds. It takes him a little time to unwind and get that ball to home plate. Nico Hoerner on first, 29 bags on the year.
And he's got the lead to make you think he's considering it as Ian Happ takes strike one.
It is a big part of what the Cubs do, and they have shown you throughout the course of the regular season they can beat you a lot of different ways. You mentioned the home runs. Top 3 in that. Runs per game, top 5. And yes, they can run too. They can steal some bases.
Well, this is a big Cub batter here. And Jess, Ian Happ 0 for 8 with 5 strikeouts. A lot of talk about Pete Crow-Armstrong, but in the 3 spot, Cubs need a little more from Ian Happ.
He's the one. He's the one you circle. And yes, you can talk about PCA down, but there's a reason why he's in the 7 hole. He's been struggling for a while. Ian Happ, especially hitting behind Nico Hoerner, as hot as his bat has been, he's got to come through.
Okay. Got you.
Ben talked about this in the open. I think what surprised me the most is the swing and miss. And yes, you get into the bullpen, it's no doubt why there's a lot of swing and miss. But even against the starters and at bats, there's been so much more chase, which is not the Cubs' way. They put the ball in play better than anybody.
The Padres have done, the pitching staff has done such a good job of throwing those fastballs right at the top of the zone and then just above the top of the zone to get those swings and misses. We've seen some elite velocity in this series.
It's a Chicago team that loves to run and particularly loves to run at home. 3 of the top 14. Hoerner 29 on the year with a big lead at first. Not going. As Happ swings and misses, and there's another elevated fastball for strike 3.
Well, it's got to be the scout report because all the Padres pitchers have just pounded the ball towards the top of the zone. They has consistently thrown those 4-seamers just above the top of the zone to get some swing and miss. And as a hitter, man, you see it so good, you think you can get to it. Hugh Darvish at 39 years old, still pumping mid-90 heaters.
It's about 2 miles per hour up from his season average, Darvish. And a strikeout in advance of Kyle Tucker. Takes 95 wide. Greg Counsell keeps Tucker in the 4 spot. He liked the swings he saw yesterday for Tucker at a hard line drive out and a base hit. And just his 5th game back from a calf strain. Tucker pops this one out of play, and it's 1-1.
2 of his outs yesterday were 100 miles an hour or more, and that's what you want to see from a guy who did not get a whole lot of at-bats to end the season. Coming off the injured list, didn't have time to send him down. So he's trying to figure it out here in the postseason against this Padres staff, but had good at-bats yesterday and in game 1.
And what he's hoping will not be his final game as a Cub, the pending free agent, trying to hit Chicago into the division series. Hoerner's on the run. Here's Fermin's throw. It is a little bit late. A quick save call by Mike Malinsky at second as Nico steals the bag.
Boy, Nico, a little backdoor slide too, man. Not only is he fast, he gets a pretty good jump, but watch where he slides to. Bogarts is going to try to make the tag. Here's the jump. Off and moving. Head down and rolling, but watch where the slide is. Gets that left hand, just trying to get as far back door as he can.
Did they get him?
Well, the Padres think so. They're using one of their 2 challenges.
Oh, they got him.
Yeah.
He's out.
Man, Freddie Fermin came out of there, man.
Yeah, but the tag, look at how aggressive Bogarts is. How many times do we see that arm get by and Bogarts comes down and lands the tag with conviction?
Yeah. I love how he let that ball travel, because if you go get it as an infielder and try to bring it back, you're not going to get him.
Replay review powered by Zoom, and the Padres have made up their minds. They're all leaving the field. Yu Darvish is about to be the only Padre left on the field.
Field needs overturned. The runner's out.
Yep.
San Diego retains both their challenges.
Not for long. Freddie Fermin cuts down Nico Hoerner, and the Cubs' strength is erased by Fermin in a scoreless first. ESPN Bet is the sports book for sports fans. Right now, new customers get $100 in bonus bets when you bet $10. Sign up with code HOMERUN to get started today. Cubs and the Padres in this winner-take-all Game 3. Milwaukee awaits the winner. And Jameson Taillon will try to get the Cubs through the middle of the San Diego order in the 2nd. Jackson Merrill, 22-year-old, will lead it off after 16 pitch first for Tyone. And he starts with a strike right on the corner to Merrill.
Jameson Tyone is a strike thrower. I mean, 27 walks, that's it, in 130 innings pitched this year. Typically fills the zone up. Not elite velocity, but the command outstanding.
Here's 1-1. Chased, and there's that new kick change. A changeup which has gone from an afterthought a year ago to a major weapon in 2025. It's a little bit slower. It's got more depth.
Yeah, it almost has the action of a split finger fastball, almost like a forkball. A little bit slower and the same kind of profile.
And it's a big reason why Tyone's pitched much better of late. He's really neutralized lefties. Right to the corner, a cutter. That is the least used of his 6 pitches for strikeouts this year, but he dots it to Merrill as we go downstairs to say hi to Jesse Rogers.
Well, guys, you've been talking about the shift in the wind going right to left. That has not been a friend for Jameson Taillon so far as a Cub. He's 0-4 with a 5 ERA when it goes right to left. For comparison, when it blows in from right, he's 6-0 with a 170. So dramatically different results. Of course, it works both ways. Yu Darvish has given up home runs in 9 of 10 starts over the last couple of months. Balls won't get knocked down to left field. Let's face it. We saw that with Luis Arraez. Also, it's an elimination game. Could probably throw out all my stats, guys. Back to you.
Well, they're important stats, and if they work, we say they're great stats, Jesse. And if they don't work, we say how interesting that the numbers changed.
Here's the question. When Tyone got to the ballpark today, did he check the weather app and see which way the wind was blowing?
I don't know. What do you think? Just
I wouldn't think
go
so.
out there and throw some blades of grass. StatCast powered by Google Cloud on those numbers as Tyone falls behind Xander Bogaerts 2-1.
Well, Bogaerts has had him a nice series, hasn't he? On both sides of the ball, really been really good on defense. 3 for 8 with an RBI from an offensive standpoint.
Out in front of the sweeper, 2-2.
Tyone will throw enough of those two-seam fastballs inside the righties. He loves to speed those bats up enough to get to those breaking balls, whether it's the cutter or the sweeper or the curveball.
On a 2-2. Bogaerts takes. Xander Bogaerts, the most experienced postseason Padre in the lineup, his 54th career game in the playoffs. He pops this one up. Swanson out shallow left field will give way to Happ. 2 down in the second. Let's go into the studio with Kevin Connors.
Kev, the Tigers left 15 men on base in game 2, but timely hitting's been there today. Riley Green. How about the 5th hit of the inning for Detroit? Wenzel Perez scores a 4-run 7th inning. It's a 6-1 game. Bottom 7 over on ABC.
Kev, the Tigers doing to Cleveland in the 7th what Cleveland did to the Tigers in the 8th yesterday. Guardians had a 5-run 8th, 1-6-1. They're trailing by that score now. As Ryan O'Hearn grounds a ball just off the glove of Nico Horner. It's the second base hit here in the wild card series for O'Hearn. He's the Padres' first base runner.
Great job with the changeup. This is down below the zone. We talked about how good that changeup is to lefties, and O'Hearn just an excellent job. Hit this ball hard enough. 96.5 miles an hour off the glove of Nico Horner. Hard to get it by him, by the way, at second base.
Maybe a Gold Glover this year in the National League. O'Hearn sneaks it off the glove. And the Padres have a base runner for Gavin Sheets. It takes the 7th consecutive first pitch strike from Jameson Taillon.
And Sheets has got some numbers now off of Taillon. 3 for 10.
Just one at bat yesterday before being removed for a pinch hitter. With the ball flying a little more to left and to center, you think the right-handers, the pull hitters. We've seen Gavin Sheets show some opposite field power in his career. 1-1 coming.
really good changeup right there, man. You can see the bottom out, how it looks just like the fastball. And what Tyon loves to do is throw that two-seamer low at your knees and then start to change up out of that same window. And instead of it staying on plane, it really just bottoms out.
Down.
2-strike location with the changeup. I mean, just off the plate.
Right where Carson Kelly had set up.
Not sure if that was a good take by Sheets or just froze it. Fouls that next fastball away. This is a Padres team you can get. They have one of the worst slugging percentages in baseball against off-speed pitches. And Tyon is throwing the changeup more as the years gone on. Much more with 2 strikes. We go back to a 2-2. Yes, he will. Kick change and a beauty.
Well, I tell you what, the new pitch has paid off for Jameson Taillon. Watch this thing just disappear. He just kicks it right down the way. You can't throw one any better than that. Taillon, 3 punch-outs through 2 innings.
Kyle Tucker gets to restart his at-bat. And the second after Nico Horner was caught stealing. 0-0 Padres and Cubs winner to the National League Division Series against Milwaukee. Yu Darvish only 11 pitches in the first. And Darvish drops in a slow breaking ball for strike 1 to Tucker. With Yu Darvish, you might see the curveball or the knuckle curve. You might see the slider or the sweeper. You might see the 2-seamer or the 4-seamer or the cutter or the splitter, or maybe once in a while a changeup. Mike Schilt told us before the game he might throw a new pitch today. He's got 9 he's thrown this year, and the man of 1,000 grips is Yu Darvish.
And what he will do is change arm slots. And recently he dropped his arm slot a little bit, but he will move it around depending on the right-hander or left-hander. So he'll show you a ton of different looks.
That ball is rocketed to right field. Kyle Tucker, 2 for his last 2. And the Cubs are getting their big man back in the middle of the order.
Well, I'll tell you what, Kyle Tucker, man, starting to heat up. We talked about he's been hurt. When they go on rehab assignment, he just needs to see some pitches and get some at-bats because he has been a difference maker all year long for the Cubs. He just kind of gets enough elevation, just kind of dumps it out in right field. So a good start for the Cubs here in the bottom of the 2nd inning.
And the Cubs yesterday, Craig Counsell Bermudez had only 1 leadoff man on. He said, we forced them to throw no pressure pitches already today. The Cubs have the leadoff man on twice.
The key to offenses is applying pressure. How can you apply pressure? You have to getting on base. And the Cubs, I mean, you look at in this series, they've not had many opportunities.
Seiya Suzuki, left field, that's a fair ball. Tucked inside the line, Suzuki has his 3rd extra base hit of the series. Tucker's in the 3rd, and the pressure's really on the Padres now.
Hottest bat in this lineup has been Seiya Suzuki. He came in hitting 5 home runs in 4 games, had a home run in game 1 and a double now. Back-to-back games. What did Craig Counsell tell us? It's the cutter. The cutter is going to be the pitch to jump. That's exactly the pitch. Seiya Suzuki gets it on the inner half, gets his hands to this thing, drives it down the line.
2 of Chicago's 3 hits on that cutter. A pitch that led to a .316 average and nearly a .900 slug this year, and the Cubs have taken advantage of Darvish's weakness. San Diego is going to draw the infield only partly in for Carson Kelly. There's a little delay at the plate. DJ Rayburn talking to Freddie Fermin, who's talking to Yu Darvish. A land of confusion right now. Well, whatever that mess was appears to be settled. 2nd and 3rd, nobody out for Kelly, who had the game-winning hit in game 1. Tie-breaking home run. First pitch low.
Infield kind of playing halfway for the Padres, so the ball's hit hard enough. Certainly to Manny Machado, who has a big arm. Bogarts. Maybe you get Tucker if he tries to go home. If it's a slow roller, Tucker's going to be on the read, and he's got to find a way to get home before the ball does.
Kelly gets tied up with a two-seamer. Remember, Tucker is not running well right now. He's not moving well enough to play the field because of that calf strain.
Even on the base hit, he was slow out of the box, kind of jogging to first.
1-1. Oh, Kelly gets drilled. Two-seamer ran right into the elbow. And the Cubs load the bases with nobody out.
Well, Hugh Darvish trying to get that fastball inside because he's trying to create a ground ball to keep the runner at third base. He just overcooked this one. There's your two-seam grip. You see where it runs well up and in. And all of a sudden now the Cubs, bases loaded, and nobody out.
Ruben Niebla, San Diego pitching coach, will come to the mound.
And of course, it's Pete Crow Armstrong. We've talked about him all series long. He was the dude in the first half, and we saw the best Cubs offensive numbers, and he has struggled as of late. He struggled in this series, a lot of swing and miss.
Yeah.
Message right now is do not pitch it in the strike zone.
Yeah, as a pitcher, if you're going to expand the zone and I don't have to throw you a strike to get you out, that's the idea right here. Now, the problem that Darvish has is he's got nowhere to put it. So he almost has to get in the strike zone at least for the first strike.
PCA has had a very difficult start to this series. 0 for 6, 5 strikeouts. And you saw the 10 swings out of the zone. He's missed 9 of those. But maybe no better mistake hitter on the Cubs than 23-year-old Pete Crow Armstrong.
Well, one good swing right here, and nobody's going to remember the struggles in the first 2 games.
First pitch. Not even close with a curveball. Vermin had to throw his body in front, and it's 1-0.
That's a nice save right there by Vermin. How about this play right here? That's a butterfly save and a beauty right there.
Into left center field. Here comes Jackson Merrill. It falls for a base hit. Pete Crow Armstrong puts the Cubs on top in Game 3.
Well, that's kind of what I'm talking about right there. Darvish with the bases loaded can't afford to expand the zone. You got to find a way to get a ball in the strike zone. And I'll tell you what, when PCA attacks balls over the white part of the plate, he can have some success. Just got a ball he can handle, dumps it out. You see Merrill coming hard right there. He had a chance at it. Ball falls right in front. Of course, the Cubs only can score 1. That's the first base hit of this series for the Cubs with a runner in scoring position.
See him limited stride there, too. Kind of shortened up a lot more than what we've seen. Of course, got a strike. That's where it starts with. And how about the reacts?
Well, Craig Counsell told us today, Pete Crow Armstrong is amazingly comfortable letting people see all of him. And the emotion is on display early. And also on display early, the San Diego bullpen. Yu Darvish faced 4 hitters in the second, did not retire any of them. The former Cub Jeremiah Estrada gets thrown into the maelstrom at Wrigley Field. Where would you rather be than Wrigley? if you're those women's dumb husbands, I hope you're shooting a 57 to be missing this. And I'm not talking about on the front 9. 1-0 Cubs, bases loaded, nobody out, and the Padres already turned to the bullpen.
Yeah, Jeremiah Estrada leads the Padres in appearances with 77. He's had a really nice year. 3.45 ERA, and he's got himself in a pickle.
First pitch strike to Dansby Swanson. A single by Tucker, a double by Suzuki, Kelly hit by a pitch, and Crow Armstrong with an RBI single. The bases are still plugged with Cubs. 0-1 to Dansby. And what a spot this is for Jeremiah Estrada.
Well, what he can do, KB, he can strike you out, and that's what he's really good at doing. You don't see many relievers go over 100 strikeouts in a season. He's got 108 of them in 73 innings of work.
The Padres bullpen blowing smoke all series. Estrada on a 1-1.
Dansby hit him in game 1, too. Got to the splitter, was able to get a leadoff single. Came around to score, being a pivotal run for them in the 8th.
Swanson's had some good at-bats. A couple of hits in the series, 2 for 6. Estrada's 1-2. The drama is heightened here because of Jeremiah Estrada, who pitched his first 2 big league seasons with the Cubs and didn't feel like he could be quite the best version of himself. 2 years with San Diego, he has exploded. Here he is against his old team. And the biggest spot maybe of his baseball life as he buries a splitter to Swanson.
Well, Freddie Fermin behind home plate. He is saving the Padres right now. But with a staff like this, you got to know, you got to be ready to attack balls if you're the catcher, block balls and keep them in front. You can look at Yu Darvish.
Upstairs, he's lost control of the slider to run it full. It's only the 2nd inning, and it's already hard to hear yourself think.
No one's in their seat, already on their feet. These fans have come.
They didn't have much to cheer about yesterday, but today is a new day.
Pirates ball 4. Swanson walks in a run. It's 2-0. 5 Cubs have batted, 5 have reached here in the 2nd. Now Matt Shaw. First pitch, Shaw. This is a high, hard heater.
Don't get cheated now.
That was a Waveland swing if there ever was one.
That's what you call trying to change the game in a hurry.
Shaw looking for his first postseason hit. And he latches this one out of play for strike 2.
Estrada's got a good fastball, man. On average 98. Splitter to go with it. 3rd most used pitch is that slider of his. His best pitch this year has been that split finger fastball for Estrada. He needs a strikeout in a bad way right here. To the Padres and Estrada, you can't let the game get away from you right here.
Shaw chases well off the plate, and Estrada picks up the strikeout for the first out. Well, the Major League postseason continues with the division series starting Saturday. The winner of this game will go to Milwaukee. That series in Phillies-Dodgers on TBS. The American League Series, the Blue Jays against either the Yankees or Red Sox. The Mariners against either the Tigers or Guardians on Fox and FS1. Bases loaded, 1 down. Here's Michael Busch. Busch takes splitter low.
I love Fermin right here. He gives a signal to Estrada and watched his fist pumping. He said, I need your best right here and right now. Give me the best fastball you got. And watch the location of this. Just buries one just off the outside edge. A huge strikeout.
Now in a spot where a double play ends the inning. Busch is ahead. Michael Busch quietly put together a monster year for the Cubs. 34 home runs, led the team, best slugging percentage on the roster. The leadoff man in his first postseason. Busch chases a devastating splitter at the corner.
How about that, man? 2-0 count, bases loaded. Got to throw a strike, and Estrada lands on a beautiful splitter.
Bush with a base hit to lead off the game. Kelly, PCA, Swanson aboard as Bush fouls one away. 97 in the heart. It's 2-2. You expect another splitter now?
I think he's got two choices here. I think he can elevate a fastball. The danger with an elevated fastball is they could push a ball far enough for a sacrifice fly. So I think it's probably going to be that splitter. The splitter's been the best pitch all year as far as out pitch and strikeout pitch.
Be a fifth pitch to Bush, 7th Cub batter of the inning. He puts it down the line and foul. It was a splitter and it hung.
Not where he wanted that one. Boy, Michael Bush just a little bit out front. Wanted this ball down and away, and boy, it is just about thigh high in the middle and just a little bit out in front. It's Bush.
Try it again, 2-2. Buried it. Fermin getting hazard pay here in the second. Keeps another one in front, but it's another full count.
I'm selling out on fastball. If I'm Michael Bush, just sell out on the fastball. You know it's going to be elevated, but right now the slider's been kind of a non-factor out of the zone. He just bounced the splitter after hanging it.
Another payoff pitch with the bases loaded. And Estrada steps off. Pitch clock was about to expire.
Yeah, and he looks like to me he's not sure quite what pitch he wants to throw here. Does he trust the fastball up in the zone? Or is he going to lean on that splitter?
We'll find out. Fastball down, grounded to first. Arise gets one. Bogarts, two. Double play, and the Padres limit the damage.
Well, I tell you what a beautiful play. A start by Luis Arise. And I tell you what, Estrada made an unbelievable pitch right here in a big-time situation. Luis Arise loves to play him some first base. Backhand side, a perfect throw to Bogarts, and then back across the diamond. Padres off the field, but the Cubs put two.
Welcome back to Chicago with Padres manager Mike Schill. How big was that double play?
Yeah, big right there. Kept it 2. Got a great shot at it. Like our at-bats the whole series. Would be better as the game goes, so we're going to be just fine.
What'd you see out of you with that short start from him?
No, he's crisp in the first. Hard to really see, you know, without being on the side. But, you know, Tucker put a bat on him. Paul Suzuki put a good swing. And after that, just time to go to the bullpen.
How do you handle the bulk innings now?
We'll figure it out.
All right, thanks, Mike.
All right, you're welcome.
Back to you, Kevin.
That's off.
They got no choice. They'll figure it out. San Diego's got to get at least 7 innings out of the bullpen if they want to win 8. But Estrada did a great job coming in with bases loaded, nobody out.
That's down.
And after a walk to force in a run, strikeout, double play. And it's only a 2-0 game. San Diego with 8-9-1 now against Jameson Taillon. Jake Cronenworth to lead it off. And Cronenworth takes called strike.
Yeah, now Taillon, we always talk about these shutdown innings, man, but it feels like in this game, Taillon, Cubs have all the momentum after scoring 2. Taillon's going to do his best for a shutdown inning here.
Cronenworth out of play, and it's strike 2. A really good start for Jameson Taillon, neutralizing lefties with that kick change. It's a new grip. The batting average has dropped 112 points. The slugging percentage about carved in half. Look at the whiff rate. And he throws it here. It's a little elevated, but gets a ground out on it as Cronenworth rolls over. So some folks have heard about a kick change this year, Ben. What is a kick change?
Well, if you talk about Jameson Taillon, he's a, pitchers kind of fall into 2 categories, pronators and supernators. If you're a pronator of the ball, you can turn the change up over. In typical circle change, you just kind of roll it over. He was not very good at doing that. So he came up with a new pitch that Michael King's throwing and others. It's called a kick change. And what it basically is you're putting a knuckle up on the changeup, kind of like that right there. But instead of having to turn it over, and really pronate it and get it going the other way. You just throw it almost like a fastball and it comes out. So for the guys that can't do that, because pitchers are kind of, if you throw good breaking balls, you're a supinator, right? You throw good curveball, good slider, good cutter. Taillon's not one of those guys, so he came up with a way where he didn't have to turn the ball over, and it keeps it a little bit more simpler for him. Now, he's been throwing it all year long, but it took him a little bit longer to figure it out because it's a new pitch. But lately, it has been a really good pitch for him because he needed something to kind of neutralize left-handers. Lefties had hit him pretty good.
Well, and he reversed those, reverse splits now. Lefties now hit 191. The slug is 361. That's over 100 points lower than when he's facing right-handed batters.
And this is a good matchup in that respect. Padres have 5 lefties in the lineup. Taillon 2, Freddie Fermin. Hop to Shaw at third. His throw is true, and there are 2 down on the ground. Well, this is the first day in Major League history with 3 winner-take-all games, and the third of those, the Red Sox and the Yankees, is getting closer and closer, a little over an hour away. Taillon's having a pitch com issue right here after getting the ground out against Fermin. But in the Bronx, it's Jazz Chisholm Jr. warming up in the Yankees basketball jersey. Said he took out the frustration of a Game 1 benching by mercy ruling someone in MLB The Show. And he scored the game-winning run from first on a single yesterday to set up Game 3, Red Sox and Yankees.
Boy, that was a big-time game last night between those two, wasn't it?
Oh, the atmosphere looked absolutely incredible. But Chisholm scoring first all the way to home. He was flying.
Winner of that series gets the Blue Jays, and the Detroit Tigers over on ABC are 2 outs away from closing out Cleveland. They lead 6-3. Mariners would await. If Detroit closes it out, you get Tarek Skubal, the former Seattle U Red Hawk, going back to pitch in Seattle. Tatis swings and misses. Taillon goes south and north for an 0-2 count.
We talked about Taillon's command and how he can pitch.
And he is pitching. You want a shutdown inning?
There it is. Do it, J-Mo. You tell you what, you talk about leaning on that cutter of his. 2-seamer in, right at the top of the zone, and then backs it up with a really good breaking ball down the way to pick up another punch out.
Welcome back to Wrigley Field with Cubs manager Craig Counsell. What did you like about those second inning at bats?
Well, we put pressure on them. You know what I mean? That's what we didn't do yesterday at all. And we got the leadoff hitter on 2 days in a row, 2 innings in a row, and we're putting pressure on them. We just had good at bats and took some wildness, took a walk. Unfortunately, we couldn't tack on, but a nice 2-run lead.
Good moment for PCA to get a pitch in the zone and do some damage.
Absolutely. It was a big spot, bases loaded, big spot, 3rd game of a wild card series, and he delivered.
You've talked about J-Mo's sequencing before. It looks like he's right on the money right now.
Yeah, he's locked in and he's poised, and that's what you expect from him.
Thanks, Craig.
You got it.
Back to you, Kevin.
Jesse, thank you. Craig Counsell in his 2nd year as Cubs manager, trying to set up a date with his old team, the Milwaukee Brewers, on Saturday. 2-0 lead as Nico Horner hits a little weak ground ball to short. Bogarts gets it there just in time, and Horner is 0 for 2. There's obviously big news a couple of years ago when the Cubs parted ways with David Ross and hired Craig Counsell. That was the story of baseball for a little while. Craig Counsell's contract was up with the Brewers. Was he going to stay in Milwaukee? Was he going to go to the Mets with David Stearns? And to the surprise of most, he ended up here in Chicago. And he had a tough year 1. Down to first and foul. The Cubs underachieved according to a lot of folks last year. The Brewers won the division. This season, the Cubs were the favorite. They've actually outperformed their preseason projections, but the Brewers outperformed theirs by an even wider margin. So Milwaukee won the division by 5 games. Pat Murphy taking over for Craig Counsell, and with the Cubs win, it's going to be the old versus the new in Milwaukee. Long way away from that, but those are stakes. Pat with a high pop-up to Luis Ariz, and out number 2. Your team, your players, your postseason. Follow all the postseason action. Download the MLB app, the #1 app for live baseball. Jeremiah Estrada keeping the Padres afloat here, trying to complete 2 innings of relief.
Well, he did a good job, too. Only allowed 1 run.
We'll stay in there for Tucker. There's that terrific splitter. When Estrada was a Cub, he said wearing that jersey was amazing. Being part of that fan base was amazing. Part of that organization was amazing. There were just some things that weren't going my way. Said that to the San Diego Union Tribune. He was optioned 4 times. He was DFA'd on his 25th birthday, November 1st, 2023. Coaches took away his curveball and his changeup at points, and after the Padres claimed him, he found the right fit with their pitching department, and he has thrived the last 2 years.
Been a huge piece. What's already a ridiculous bullpen. Got only better by trading and getting Mason Miller at the deadline, and after Jason Adam went out for the season, the ruptured quad, it just added already to what was so many strengths. Jeremiah Estrada, a big part of it, but he's one of the names that doesn't get brought up a whole lot. He was really good last year, was good through most of this year. Struggled a little bit down the stretch.
Tucker left side. There's a base hit. Kyle Tucker is 2 for 2.
Oh, Kyle Tucker, both times, both hits. Fastball up, and this tells me so much of where he's at seeing the baseball. I mean, just a nice chop, little inside-out swing, finds the barrel enough just to get this into left field. And that's what Tucker's going right. Yes, he'll drive the ball to right like you saw in his first hit, but then also plops it into left, goes all fields.
Yeah, not hitting it hard, but his swing, like, he's not trying to do too much to me. He's just looking where the ball is and just trying to put barrel on ball, not trying to do a whole lot.
Padres have action in the bullpen. They'll roll with Estrada for Suzuki. 2 out, 1 on, 2-0 Cubs. And a strike to say at 96. Suzuki ripped a double in the 2nd inning off of Darvish. He's got 3 of the Cubs' 4 extra base hits. He's had their best at-bats in this series, and he came in hot. Homering in his last 4 games of the regular season before getting a home run in Game 1. 6 homers total in the last 6 games for Seiya Suzuki.
Exactly what got the Cubs on the board. Looked like they were being dominated by Nick Pivetta. Gets a fastball down the zone, drives it out. A day we thought balls could not leave the yard. Suzuki proved yes. Set it up for Carson Kelly. Back-to-back runs. A big 5th inning, Game 1.
He proved it can leave the yard if you hit it 112 miles per hour.
That's Suzuki. What you call a wind cheater right there.
Nick Pivetta was really good at, except for maybe that one mistake to Suzuki. 2-1 pitch, and Seiya pops it foul. .32 homers for Suzuki in the regular season, second only to Michael Busch. The Cubs had 6 players with 22 home runs or more. They were the 2nd team in the history of the National League to do that, along with the 2017 Cincinnati Reds of all teams. Estrada finishes off 2 scoreless innings in relief.
Jeremiah Estrada has been really good for the Padres. Only allowed that 1 inherited runner to score. This is a split finger fastball right here. Right at the top of the zone. Picks up a strikeout. Cubs up 2-0 after 3.
Wear what the players wear on field during the postseason. The largest selection of authentic jerseys, caps, hoodies, t-shirts, and more. Visit MLBshop.com for your favorite postseason team gear. Eddie Vedder rocking the Cubs hat again today. Chris Chelios, mega Cub fans who were on the 7th inning stretch yesterday, hoping their Cubbies can advance to the division series. A 2-0 lead through 3. Jameson Taillon has been masterful, allowing just a ground ball single from Ryan O'Hearn in 3 scoreless.
He has been on point since the first pitch of the game.
Second postseason start for Taillon. 4 1/3 1 earned run in the 2022 ALCS. And Arise with a line drive dropped by Swanson. He's got time, and Arise is out. Arise was well out of the baseline. It looked like he was heading back to the dugout.
Yeah, it looked like to me he thought the ball was called on a line drive by Swanson. So Arise quit running right here. Watch this. A nice piece of hitting right there. And Swanson kind of goes up. The ball just hits in his glove and pops out. But Luis Arise had checked up and couldn't get it going again.
Yeah, but get up, Dansby Swanson. I mean, just the fact he was able to knock that thing down.
Watch Arise.
Take away so many hits.
See, I mean, he slowed down a little bit, and that cost him a base runner right there. And he is upset with himself because he knows he should be at first base right now.
Swing and a miss by Machado. Well, the Padres have been foiled by Dansby Swanson all series. 2 great plays Tuesday. Got it out to start the 4th as Machado pops the ball up toward first. Will it stay in play? Yes, it will. Michael Busch up close and personal with the Padres for the 2nd out.
That's what you call home field advantage right there. Michael Busch knew exactly where the rail was. Just kind of eases over, feels it with his legs, and just kind of leans into that Padres dugout and collects the 2nd out of the inning.
Taillon to Jackson Merrill. First pitch swinging. Merrill ropes the ball to the right field corner. Suzuki fields it, wheels and throws to second. It's not in time, and Jackson Merrill has his 2nd double of the wild card series.
Jackson Merrill, great job with the cutter in, too. It's in off the plate, and this is where Merrill, we saw it with the double in game 1. Big part of the rally getting going because of where the pitch was. Being able to keep his hands inside a pitch inside. A double, hardest hit ball we've seen from the Padres this game.
Yeah, he knew, man, with 2 out, he had to find a way to get in scoring position. He was thinking one thing when he made contact. I got to get to second base, and he did.
Xander Bogaerts is the tying run here in the 4th. And Bogaerts takes a strike. Now it's early in the game, but it's the postseason, so Craig Counsell's not messing around. He's got the lefty Caleb Thielbar up with a pocket of lefties. The next 3 for the Padres. Bogaerts down to 3rd. That ball will hook foul at the last moment.
Padres in this series 3 for 18 with runners in scoring position. They've had a lot of opportunities, only 3 base hits. Boy, he just missed one right here. Fair, and then right there it just kind of gets fouled.
Padres' first opportunity with a runner in scoring position today. And they have to know the big arms in the Cubs bullpen are not far away. Two strikes from Taillon. This with a heater. Jameson Taillon pitched one of the Cubs' more important games of the year. Doubleheader against the Brewers August 19th. 6 innings, 1 run when the Cubs were still in the Central race. That was his first start off the IL. He's been terrific ever since. His 2-2. A little check swing flared out of play.
That's bat-to-ball skills right there. Xander Bogaerts so good, and this is why this is such a contact hitting team. Hard to strike them out. Why? Look at that sweeper. Dirty pitch, just enough to waste it.
Bogaerts is swinging well in this series, trying to put San Diego on the board. He'll take in the dirt, backhanded by Kelly, and the count runs full. Really the first time Tyone's thrown some pressure pitches today. I know it's postseason, every pitch is pressure, but first time with the runner at second, bullpen up behind him. This fourth inning hanging in the balance on 3-2. And Bogaerts lifts it into left field. Ian Happ comes barreling in. Swanson goes out and makes the catch. Merrill stranded at second. 4 scoreless for Tyone in game 3. Bottom of the fourth inning in Chicago. Winner-take-all game 3 in the wild card series. The Padres turn to their third pitcher of the day. Michael King on in relief for the first time since last March.
Yeah, only made 15 starts this year, but he was good through his 15 starts. But nicked up a little bit this year. 3.44 ERA, more strikeouts than innings pitched, and opponents hitting .224 off the right-hander. King, 2 and a 4-seam fastball, changeup, a sweeper, and more of a traditional slider as well.
We asked Mike Schilt before game 1, what is your plan for Michael King's usage in the series? He said, my plan would be for Michael King to start game 1 of the division series, but best laid plans often get thrown in the dumpster in the postseason. Into right field, Carson Kelly pops in a base hit. Kelly hit by a pitch, now reaches on a single. Not hitting it hard today, the Cubs, but they are finding the green grass.
It's not how hard you hit it, it's where you hit it. And I don't know if Tatis even saw that ball that good at all. And what the Cubs are doing is what Craig Counsell said they needed to do. Apply pressure. 3 of the first 4 innings, the leadoff batter has reached, and that's what you call applying pressure.
There's Crow Armstrong. PCA snapped his 0 for 6 start to the series with a bases loaded single in the second.
Stop.
That's a big spot, obviously, for Michael King. He's got to keep the Padres in the game. He's on 4 days rest, and he can take them for a long time here if they need.
Yeah, his last 2 starts, he was good. 7 2/3, didn't allow a run. Now, the only thing that's halfway alarming is he walked 6 batters in his last 7 2/3. So control for him is a little bit of a concern.
There's 2-1. That controls a concern right away. Heard Craig Counsell tell us yesterday, our lefties really have to walk against Dylan Cease. Maybe he's thinking the same thing against Michael King, the way he's been spraying it.
Well, PCA's got himself in a good spot here. I like that take right there. I mean, 3-1 count, you're looking to do damage. You're looking for a certain ball in a certain quadrant that you can get your A swing off. And Michael King just absolutely dotted an I on the outside part of the plate.
3-2 pitch.
PCA looks a little bit different to me today. He's staying in the zone, attacking balls over the white, not expanding a whole lot.
I think they gave him the take sign at least 2 or 3 times in this at bat, though. There were times he didn't even look like he was going to swing. Go back to second inning, and this is exactly why he had the big exhale. Finally, not just contact, get 5 strikeouts and 6 at bats, leading into this massive RBI.
Here's the expansion of the zone. Pro Armstrong down swinging. Michael King gets the K.
No way. The gecko was just spotted down the street.
I've always wanted to meet him. Ever since Geico's 24/7 emergency roadside service got us out of a jam.
Sounds like you got more than just savings, my dudes.
Sir, do we know you?
Get more than just savings. Get more with Geico.
1-on-1 out for Dansby Swanson. Is Dansby Swanson right now the Cubs
MVP.
Position player MVP in the
Absolutely.
series?
Took away 2 runs. Easily. Average shortstop. There'd at least be 3 hits the Padres have had. Dansby's taken away.
He's 2 for 6. He had an RBI walk. He scored a run. It's a guy who won a World Series with Atlanta in 2021. Had a game-tying homer in the 7th inning of Game 4 in that series. The Braves win over Houston. And Swanson fights a ball foul. Last season, Dansby led all major league shortstops and outs above average. Numbers are a little down this year, but he's still a Gold Glove winner twice and a Gold Glove finalist a year ago.
Yeah, 2-time All-Star, 2-time Gold Glover. You want to be strong. And we talk about the Cubs, man. They are an elite fielding team. They come in fielding 3rd best in Major League Baseball. When you're strong up the middle, and when I mean up the middle, talk about center field, middle infield, and catcher, and they are all that.
Pretty kick-ass wife, too. Mallory Swanson on the national team. She watching the 2 of them train together, teaching each other both some great skill sets. They both talked about it.
You know, some of that footwork we saw from Dansby a couple of days ago, maybe out of the Mal playbook. Well, last year, Dansby had his 1,000th career hit, and he was not even close to the coolest guy in the relationship because Mal won the gold medal game and scored the only goal on the same day last year. That sports power coupled them to a new level. Gold medal, game-winning goal, and 1,000th career hit for Mallory and Dansby.
Oh, Nomar and Mia.
Swing, and then Swanson goes down on a changeup. Back-to-back Ks for King.
Little kick change. We talked about Michael King. He's got the kick change. Of course, Jameson Taillon's got it. There's a look at it right there. He just kind of rips this ball. You see the spin on that ball? How that ball comes back? Kind of started on the outer third. He just trickles back. But the key to it is got depth, and he started it right in the perfect spot.
2 down for Matt Shaw.
Ow.
Well, this might not be such a long outing for Michael King after all. Wandy Peralta's up for San Diego. Left-hander Michael Busch next in line. 1 ball, no strikes.
Well, this is also a much more settled in Michael King. Wandy Peralta, remember, he got up when that first batter faced. It seemed like he couldn't find the strike zone. It was kind of all over the place. Settling in, last 2 batters, Ks.
Padres pulled Darvish after just 1. That sweeper's got some wicked twist.
I'm telling you, man, anything turned like that ought to have a blinker on it. It looked like a fastball out of the hand, and it just takes. Watch how this ball just explodes at the last minute. Almost like a wiffle ball.
Former Boston College Eagle Michael King with another ridiculous darting sweeper. He strikes out the final 3 Cubs. It's still 2-0 in the wild card winner. Let's take a look at best in the game presented by T-Mobile. Jameson Taillon out of the game after 4 scoreless.
Well, I tell you what, the kick change was a difference maker for him, man. He did enough fastball work on the inside part of the plate to get to that changeup. There's a really good look at that kick change. Looks just like the heater coming out of the hand, but when it heads towards home plate, man, it just bottoms out and works down and away from the left-hander. So Jameson Taillon out of the game, 4 innings of work, 2 hits, no runs, did not walk a batter, and struck out 4. We will see the first Cubs reliever of the day in the way of the left-hander Caleb Thielbar. He's had an outstanding year. 67 appearances. Look at the ERA, 2.64. Does not walk many guys at all.
And Thielbar has entered the game to face 3 straight lefties: Ryan O'Hearn, Gavin Sheets, and Jake Cronenworth. Thielbar pitched yesterday, and he walked O'Hearn on 8 pitches. And O'Hearn fouls one away here for strike 1.
I got that off.
Just what you make of Jameson Taillon tonight?
Just so effective in the zone. We talked about him being a strike thrower, but then being able to widen the zone. Talked about the kick change, but setting him up with the fastball.
He pitched, right? He didn't throw, he pitched today. Used the ball in and out. Change speeds really good. Kind of an old school approach.
And only 4 innings, but Craig Counsell, he easily signed up for that. With his bullpen a little more well rested today. Thielbar drops in the hook at the bottom of the zone, and he freezes O'Hearn for strike 3.
Curveball, sweeper, and a slider for Thielbar right here. There's a beautiful look at it. Kind of starts it in, and how about the depth of that one right there? You talk about locking it up. O'Hearn thought the ball was off the outside edge, but looked like to me it caught the bottom part of the zone.
For all of the gasoline that's been poured out of the bullpen this series, it's fun to watch Caleb Thielbar, who does not throw hard, has that funky move, very low extension, but gives up very little hard contact and gets a ton of swings outside the zone.
Yeah, opponent's hitting 135 when that breaking ball is.
Gavin Sheets has his first hit of this series. He drags his slider left on left into right. And Sheets gives the Padres a 5th inning runner.
Another 4-hole hit. This is a slider that he just gets inside. Find yourself the grass. That's what the Padres have got to do right now. Get runners on here, bottom of the order, especially left on left. And a tough one, Caleb Thielbar. Good job by Sheets.
He is his first hit. Now Jake Cronenworth, who's 0 for 8. Strike in the heart to Cronenworth. Couple of righties next in line. This is the 3rd batter Thielbar faces, the minimum 3. And the Cubs are starting to get their bullpen heated up again. We're about to see some real flames if Daniel Palencia comes into the game soon. 5 up, 5 down, got the win on Tuesday.
This was the pocket to bring Thielbar in here, facing 3 lefties in a row.
Caleb Thielbar, another one of these amazing success stories in a major league bullpen. He threw 77 miles per hour as a senior, Randolph High School, Minnesota. Didn't even get a scholarship to play at South Dakota State, and here he is carving up batters in the postseason. Thielbar strikes out 2 of the 3 lefties, and Craig Counsell will get Daniel Palencia in a 2-0 game. Opening night in the NHL next Tuesday. The young Chicago Blackhawks and the defending champion Florida Panthers kick off the season at 5 Eastern, 4 Central on ESPN. Penguins, Rangers, Avalanche, Kings to follow at our opening night tripleheader. The Panthers in search of a 3-peat for the Stanley Cup. Cubs have gone to the bullpen here in the 5th inning, a 2-0 Chicago lead. And Daniel Palencia goes up and into Freddie Fermin, and that pitch caught the knob of the bat. So it's strike 1.
That's always the danger with hitters, right? High velocity heaters, you got to kind of get it started. You got to get your foot down and get your hands moving. You expose those hands out in front. Palencia's fastball is going to average 100, and he was really good in game 1 of this series. 1 2/3, a perfect baseball. How about that pitch right there? Swords up at 100. So the smoke show begins.
Bring it into your living room. That's 100 at the top of the zone.
How about 101? Just for fun.
Boys, it doesn't get old. I mean, how much have we seen the radar gun light up to 100, 104.5 yesterday for Mason Miller? This entire series, both sides.
It's been creeping up with every four-seamer, Palencia. Here's 1-2. 101 fought down the line and left. That's a fair ball. Freddie Fermin jumps on the fastball. And the Padres have runners at second and third with 2 down for Fernando Tatis Jr. as Fermin comes through.
I tell you what, Freddie Fermin has been performing. Base hits, 1 hit in game 1, 1 hit in game 2 out of the 9-hole, and now a base hit. And it's what you call going up top shelf and getting some high-octane stuff right there. Love how he pulled those hands in to get the barrel. Watch how tight the hands of the body. Get them in tight, kid. Find the barrel out to left field. That is impressive right there on a 100-mile-an-hour fastball.
And now Palencia and Tatis. 2 on, 2 out. Right in there for strike 1. Tatis has seen 7 pitches today, 7 strikes, 5 swings and misses.
Well, they're strikes because he made them strikes. They were nowhere near the zone. He has been chasing in this game.
Chased again. Remember a year ago, Fernando Tatis Jr. tried to carry the Padres through the first couple of rounds. Monstrous numbers in the playoffs. San Diego was a game away from toppling the Dodgers. In a huge spot here. He swings and puts the ball in the air to right. Routine for Suzuki. Palencia's fired up. He gets Tatis, strams the tying run. As you would expect, an emotional do-or-die Game 3. The not-so-friendly confines for the San Diego Padres. Pete Crow Armstrong, Daniel Palencia, and the Cubs have the pep back in their step after a shutout loss yesterday. The winner moves on to Milwaukee Saturday, and it's 2-0 Chicago as the Padres turn to Wandy Peralta in the 5th.
Wandy Peralta only threw 6 pitches in game 1. A third of an inning he went. 3.14 ERA on the year. He was busy. 71 appearances.
Come in for the top of the order, Bush, Horner, and Happ. Michael King, who was stretched out, goes just 1 inning, gives up a hit, then strikes out 3. And the Padres still somehow need to cover 12 to 15 more outs. As Peralta fires in a 2-seam strike to Bush.
Yeah, that 2-seam fastball of his, that is the pitch of choice. Show you a changeup, a slider, and an occasional 4-seam fastball. Another good arm from the left side. Fastball
Inside.
Average right at 95. There it is.
I'm surprised they didn't keep Michael King in this game. Just the stuff, the way he looked to end that inning. 3 strikeouts. And the fact that you got Mason Miller and Morejon 2 innings plus yesterday.
Tells me those 2 guys are available today. If you take King out of the ballgame after just 1 inning, that means you got the rest of your bullpen available to you.
We're going to find out what Mike Schild has up his sleeve. He's a long way from the finish line. That's fought off toward third. Machado will not get there. It lands fair. Everything's coming up Cubs. A Bush blooper bleeds inside the bag.
Fight this off your hands. And this is an easy fly ball. You're playing regular depth, regular anything. Third base at shortstop, Manny Machado all the way over. No chance, just barely plopping in there. But you're right, that's exactly how it's gone today for the Cubs.
We talk so much about exit velocity, and I think it's a cool, sexy thing to talk about, but that's not what's important to me. What is important is hitting it where they ain't. That's how you get on base.
You don't think 44.3 is cool, sexy?
I think, to me, that's more sexy than lining out at 110.
Manny Machado, who's lined out at 111, would probably agree with you right now. Cubs have a hit in every inning 7 in the game, and they keep the pressure on. They put the leadoff man on 4 times.
They are doing exactly what Craig Counsell wanted them to do. Apply pressure. They have done it in just about every inning.
They had the leadoff man on 4 out of 18 times, or 4 of 17 in the first 2 games. 4 of 5 tonight as Horner takes ball 2. Horner has grounded into a fielder's choice to short and grounded out to short. 3rd in hits in the National League this year. Horner grounds the ball towards short for a 3rd time. A beautiful glove flip by Bogart starts a double play.
Well, I tell you what, and look, the Cubs don't ground into many double plays at all. Matter of fact, they ground into the fewest double plays all year long. But this is about as tailor-made as it gets. Little glove flip by Bogarts over to second baseman Cronenworth, and forget about it from there.
Xander Bogaerts back at his shortstop home after a season at second last year. Has regained his form as one of the best defensive shortstops in the league.
Something he's taken pride in this year. Remember, he got moved to shortstop in the postseason late last year because of injury. Did not do well there. Made it a point in the offseason to get back to what we saw with him in Boston. Play some serious defense. The end of the game yesterday, the beautiful double play. Ben mentioned it. This is a Cubs team. You don't turn many double plays on. Xander Bogaerts has looked good in this series.
He is healthy, and look, you just watch his footwork. His footwork is really good out of shortstop. And he's a bigger dude than I thought he was, too. First time I met him a couple days ago, he is a big dude. I mean, he's built like a linebacker.
6'2", 224 out at short. Dumps the ball to deep left field. That will send Sheets back. It's into the ivy. Ian Happ, after an 0 for 10 start to the series, gets on the board with a 2-out double.
Well, buckle up, folks, because if Ian Happ's bat gets going, we've talked about a lot of bats without this lineup, especially at the bottom of the line, it's been getting going. But Ian Happ here in the 3-hole, it's been quiet. He's had 6 Ks through the 3 games, and look at this 2-seam. It goes down and in, and the barrel follows it. Beautiful job getting the nose over the barrel, blasting this thing at 111, Ben, out into left field for a double.
That's some sexy exit.
Yeah, it's more sexy when you hit it where they ain't.
Padres are going to have Ruben Niebla come to the mound, their pitching coach, for a 2nd time today.
Ace has all the power you need to get the job done right. With the best power brands all under one roof, like Steel, Ego, Milwaukee, and Toro. With free assembly and delivery or ready for pickup in just 15 minutes.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Well, your eyes and our eyes are not deceiving right now. We just showed a shot of the San Diego closer, Robert Suarez, getting loose here in the 5th.
This is going to get interesting. I mean, you got your closer up here in the 5th. You got bullpen guys that most would have down, but they say they're ready. They're available in Miller and Morejon. Where to use some of your big dogs?
It's got to be the pocket that they feel Suarez can have the most success in.
It's a couple of right-handers coming up. After Tucker, it's right, left, right. Now here comes Kyle Tucker now. Started the series 0 for 6. 3 for his last 3. Inside at the belt. Tucker just 1 for 7 against Wandy Peralta in his career, though the 1 was a home run. Not a replay. From Peralta, half at second. Tucker drives Cronenworth onto the outfield grass, and he makes the play. Padre bullpen has thrown 4 scoreless. It remains a 2-0 game. One more winner-take-all game 3 in the Bronx. Alex Bregman with the Houston Astros never lost a postseason series to the Yankees. Sox and Yanks, 8 Eastern, 7 Central, 5 Pacific. And the Toronto Blue Jays are waiting for what will be a raucous Rogers Center on Saturday at the start of their division series. The Tigers are in. They won 6-3 in Cleveland. Detroit will face Seattle on the other side of the American League. Winner of this game will make a pretty short drive up to Milwaukee on Saturday. Take on the top-seeded Brewers. 2-0 Cubs lead it. Kevin Brown, Jess Mendoza, Ben McDonald, with Jesse Rogers down below. And our outstanding ESPN crew. The last day of the Wild Card Series. The first day in Major League history with 3 winner-take-all games. And Daniel Palencia on phase 2, 3, 4. It's a one-hopper to a sliding Swanson. He does it again! You shall not pass.
MVP of this series without a doubt, and it's the D. And if you want sexy stats, I get we can talk offense, we can talk pitching all day, but for me it's the D when it comes to the Cubs. Dansby Swanson showing it off here, just knock this ball down, spin it around, and throw out a Luis Arraez who's getting down the line. That is 4 now, count them, 4 hits taken away from Dansby Swanson.
Padres better try somebody else. The 2-time Gold Glover is getting it done in this series.
Ryan O'Hearn got a couple of rob jobs on Tuesday from Swanson. Today it is Arraez's turn to fall victim to the former #1 overall pick. Manny Machado takes high and tight.
I mean, this is some elite stuff. Ball kind of hitting the heel of his glove, but he knocks it down, and look, it went right to the perfect spot where he could pick it up and a dart over to first base.
Machado out of play. Ben, you must have seen Dansby at Vanderbilt, most outstanding player in the World Series there. What kind of career has this kid had?
I mean, it was Alex Bregman and Dansby Swanson. They were both in the SEC. Swanson went first, Bregman goes second in the draft, and you wonder which one of them would have the most success. You felt like both of them would be big-time big leaguers, and they have been. But Dansby could always play. And defending, look, Alex Bregman could defend, I felt like, at the shortstop position as well as Swanson could. But Swanson, you knew, was probably going to stick there. Alex Bregman ended up going over to third base, and he's been an elite defender at third base, but Dansby's always been able to do it, and he's been able to do it on both sides of the ball.
Valencia just drops in a 3-1 slider to Machado, who's not prepared for that. 3-2 to Manny.
Well, Manny's got a steady diet of raking balls today on the outside part of the plate. He thought that might have been ball 4. We got a 3-2 count now.
Valencia's payoff pitch too tall. Machado is on with his walk. The first walk of the game for San Diego, and Jackson Merrill represents a tying run. Well, the Cubs have Drew Pomeranz, a lefty, up. There he is underneath the ivy. Valencia's going to stay in there to face Merrill. And Merrill grounds the ball to shortstop. Swanson to the bag. Swanson to first. Swanson to the dugout. He's everywhere.
He's like a water bug out there is what he is, man. Dansby Swanson, folks, he is getting it done today. It's been a glove show from him. Watch this. It's a foot race to second base, and once he got there, give me that throw across the diamond. He hops right over the top of the runner to complete the double play. Dansby and the Cubs fired up today.
On to the finals. The Aces.
Asia Wilson can do it all.
The Mercury.
Phoenix headed back to the finals.
It's the WNBA Finals. Game 1. Only on ESPN and streaming on the ESPN app.
Run prevention. That has been the Cubs' way all season long. And Dansby Swanson. This is game 1. Nobody got more at third base. He did it once, not just once, but twice. Be able to take away a hit. Drop step here to make the catch to prevent 2 runs. That was game 1. The to save the game. And here today, knocking down a line drive, standing with it to get out of rise at first base. And just this last inning, 2 great plays knocking down the ball. No look pass over to first base. And how about let's not get 1 but 2 to end the inning. Dansby Swanson putting on a show, what has been a huge highlight for this Cubs team all season long.
And his Cubs lead 2-0 as Robert Suarez, the San Diego closer, comes in. Swanson due up 4th in the inning as the Padres turn to their typical 9th inning man in the 6th.
Yeah, Robert Suarez has had an outstanding season. Big time stuff too. I mean, fastball's gonna be right up there at 99 miles an hour. Changeup and a cutter as well. 40 saves on the year, the most in the National League.
Well, desperate times called for desperate measures here for Mike Shildt, trying to keep this a 2-0 game, though it feels like the Cubs have been in control. It is only a 2-0 game. 18 pitches yesterday for Suarez. It was 1-2 on Seiya Suzuki. Now the Cubs' best swings all series. He fouls this one away. How long do you expect Robert Suarez to be asked to pitch here?
I mean, 18 pitches yesterday. I mean, I feel like he's going to give you an inning plus. I feel like he almost has to. I mean, if you're going to find a way to the finish line, I feel like he's got to give you multiple innings.
Remember, Mason Miller and Adrian Morejon have both pitched back-to-back days. And we talked to Mike Shildt before the game, before he had talked to Mason or Adrian after they played catch. He said, I'm going to wait till they play catch and see how they feel. But the expectation was they would be ready to go, even though Morejon threw 2 1/3. This is do or die time for the Padres. Suzuki up in the air to center field. Mostly motionless Merrill makes the catch. UFC 320 Saturday night at T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas is highlighted by 2 title fights. The light heavyweight and bantamweight belts on the line. Prelims begin at 8 Eastern. The main card at 10 Eastern, 9 Central, 7 Pacific on pay-per-view. ESPNplus.com/PPV. Well, the earliest appearance of the season, no surprise for Robert Suarez. Carson Kelly off the end of the bat, fading fast, another base hit. This has been one of those wee Willie Keeler hit him where they ain't kind of games for the Cubs, right off the end of the bat for a Kelly knock.
It's the only thing that matters. Can you find the outfield grass? And I mean, this ball right off the end of the bat of Carson Kelly. He's had himself a good series. 2 for 2 today. This is his 2nd single, and just kind of dumps one out there in right center field. Boy, the Cubs have applied pressure. They've had base runners in every inning so far.
It really feels like this should be more than a 2-0 game, but the Cubs are 0 for their last 8 with runners on. And the bases loaded, nobody out, up 2-0 in the 2nd. Couldn't add to it. Still looking for a game-breaking hit. So Armstrong rips one to the screen.
Continues to chase that fastball up out of the zone. We've seen him chase over 8 fastballs in this series that aren't strikes, that are above the strike zone. Padres continue to throw it there. He's had 6 Ks.
Why would you throw it anywhere else? If he's going to keep chasing, keep expanding the zone.
Fastball up and away again, right at the corner. The thing with Pete this year, he's actually hit the ball a lot more when it's in the zone. His jump in zone contact, 2nd highest in baseball. It's the out of zone pitch that still really befuddles him. You throw a strike, he's probably going to get to it.
To his credit, throughout his entire career, and that includes the first half of this season, he's the best bad ball hitter in baseball.
Yeah.
So he's chasing pitches out of the zone. Why? Because for a large part of his entire life, he could hit them.
Let's just remember one thing about PCA. He's 23 years old, yeah. That's all he is. He is still, in a lot of ways, learning this game.
He's in a 3-2 count here.
His approach has been a lot better. He's kind of gotten the ball more. Still chasing a little bit, but not like he did in the first two. Seems like he's been able to slow his heartbeat just a little bit today.
He's also a little bit wider. We widen up that stance, and that's just to prevent head movement. A lot of times we end up chasing pitches, especially that fastball up out of the zone. If our head is moving with the ball, we think what is a strike is actually not. For PCA, you'll see him get a little wider here with 2 strikes to try to see and recognize strike versus ball.
He is just simplifying things a little bit.
In the right center field, Carl Armstrong's got another hit. Wide stance, wicked swing, 2 on.
That's about as simple as it gets right there. I mean, you talked about it, Jess. Widen the stance a little bit, take some movement out, and watch how simple this is. Just get your foot down and right to the ball. And the key is, for him, like any hitter, attack balls over the white part of the plate.
Tenth hit for the Cubs today. Their hardest hit of the 10. And now Dansby Swanson. Can he deliver at the plate? 2 for 3 for PCA. Should say Suzuki's double a little harder in the second, but Carl Armstrong's had a big night. A great sliding catch in the first, a couple of hits. And now Swanson, who's been the defensive dazzler, trying to add some 6th inning insurance. Grounded foul.
I think the overall approach for the Cubs has been a lot better today. We talked about it. They struck out 24 times in the first 2 games, only 6 so far today. So they've been much better at pitch selection. Still scuffling a little bit with runners in scoring position.
Dansby walked in a run in the second, the last Cubs run to date. 1 ball, 1 strike. Chases the changeup from Suarez. Robert Suarez, another free agent to be. This Padres team has some big players going to the market in the offseason. We feel a little desperation with this roster. Swanson chases another changeup. Strikeout for Suarez.
Robert Suarez, so hard to deal with because it's high octane at the top of the zone. And there's a good look at that circle change. How about the movement on that right there? So it's more of a north to south approach. He loves the 4-seamer up. Hits triple digits occasionally, and that changeup down.
Two on, 2 out. Suarez, Shaw. And had a key sacrifice bunt on Tuesday. Otherwise 0 for 6. th pick in the draft just 2 years ago. He was the Big Ten Player of the Year at the University of Maryland. 1-1. 100 off the corner. Catcher Kelly is the lead runner. Carl Armstrong behind him. Shaw takes tight.
2 great takes. Fastball 100 off the plate and up, and they're just missing up and in.
And if you're Matt Shaw here, man, sell out for a fastball towards the top of the zone. If he throws something else in there, if you swing and miss, it's okay. It's only 3-2. You get your A swing off. Boy, he did too at 100 miles an hour.
He had a big second half for the Cubs. Slow start. Just 23 years old as a big league rookie. But his OPS, 839 after the break, was one of the best hitters on the Cubs down the stretch. Runners will be in motion. 3-2. Shot strikes out swinging. Smoke from Suarez. Strands 2 Cubs.
I'm gearing up. That high octane velocity. 3 consecutive pitches, 100 miles an hour, top of the zone. Finishes off Matt Shaw, the Cubs.
It's 2-0 Cubs. It's been that way since the second. The Cub Snakes are out in the bleachers. Only 3 games today. Detroit beat Cleveland. Red Sox and Yankees are coming up in just a minute. And the Padres and the Cubs here. Winner gets the Brewers. The loser gets a vacation. Xander Bogaerts fouls the ball off himself to start the 7th inning. 0-1 against Daniel Palencia. Got the final out of the 5th and all 3 in the 6th.
What the Cubs pitchers have done so well today, and it is a recipe for success. Get the first batter of every inning. And so far through 6, they've been able to retire the first batter of every inning.
Bogaerts a little slow after fouling the ball off his toe. Maybe one more batter for Palencia before the 3 lefties and Drew Pomeranz. And Bogaerts chases his slider. It's 0-2. Craig Counsell said Palencia's outing Tuesday was the outing of the game that was critical. Came on in the 5th inning, threw an inning and 2/3 perfect against the Padres' top 5. Not been perfect today. There's a double and a walk in there, but one more out. He'll throw an inning and 2/3 against the Padres' top 5. Bogaerts in the left. There's a leadoff hit, and for the first time today, San Diego gets the leadoff runner on.
Well, Xander Bogaerts, now he's had him a pretty good series right here. You talk about getting on plane on one. Little breaking ball sits up in his zone. He just kind of snipes this one out toward the left field. Just a bullet by the shortstop Swanson.
Once again, the Padres have the tying run coming up. Drew Pomeranz will take on 3 lefties when we return to Chicago. Season ends today for either the San Diego Padres or the Chicago Cubs. Pete Crow Armstrong puts the Cubs on top in Game 3. A 2-run second, the only damage in the game. Chicago 2, San Diego nothing here in Game 3. MLB Together is baseball's platform embodying the sport's commitment to philanthropic causes and mental wellness efforts by teams, players, and the league. To learn more, please visit MLBtogether.com.
Well, the Cubs will turn to their 3rd reliever of the day in the way of Drew Pomeranz. He pitched a perfect inning through 11 pitches in Game 1.
Strike 1 to Ryan O'Hearn for Pomeranz.
Came in this exact spot in Game 1 to face O'Hearn. Retired all 5 batters he faced.
Got O'Hearn, Sheets, and Cronenworth here in that 7th inning, and no swing from Ryan here. Drew Pomeranz, former Padres, signed a 4-year, $34 million deal with San Diego into the 2020 season, and threw just over 44 innings in that time span. 20 games in 2020 in relief, 27 in relief in 2021. Dealt with injuries, and now here he is trying to get out his old team.
And it's not a lot of secrets with Pomeranz either. It's a two-pitch mix, 4-seam fastball and knuckle curve.
1-2. Outside to O'Hearn. O'Hearn with a base hit in the 2nd. Strikeout looking in the 5th. The tying run with nobody out. And Pomeranz throws one up at his chin.
I don't know how that missed him. I mean, that was 95 right at his head.
Well, we talked about this yesterday. If you're going to be a lefty-on-lefty matchup, you got to hang in there, man. And sometimes hanging in there, you get yourself in a little bit of trouble. It's one thing when it's an inside, but when you can hear it coming, it's a whole different level.
Hurd takes his time. A few more moments for Ryan O'Hearn to collect his thoughts after a whistler of a fastball from Drew Pomeranz. Three and two for Ryan O'Hearn. Bogarts at first, nobody out. O'Hearn looks a fly ball to left center. Winds die down. Pete Armstrong with plenty of space puts him away. Padres will go to their bench now with one out. We saw Mike Schilt pinch hit Jose Iglesias for Gavin Sheets yesterday, and he'll do so again in the 7th inning today. Chance for Tommy Hotovy, the Cubs pitching coach, to head out there. While we have a moment, remind you the Major League Baseball postseason continues with the division series starting in just 2 days. Fox and FS1 cover the American League with the Blue Jays against the Red Sox or Yankees, and the Mariners and Tigers. TBS has the National League, the Brewers, and the winner of this game, the Phillies and the Dodgers. Red Sox, Yankees are coming up at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, top of the hour. In the National League, the Dodgers swept Cincinnati. They will face the Phillies. What a heavyweight fight that is. With the Brewers waiting the winner of this series, and the World Series just 22 days away.
Dodgers and Phillies just faced each other a week and a half ago, too. Almost what you felt is going to be a precursor to exactly what's happening.
Shohei Ohtani on the bump for game 1 for LA. Pomeranz low to Iglesias, ball 1. Iglesias was hot to end the season. Numbers overall were not good. Historically, very good against lefties. Iglesias shows bunt. Here's a throw to second, and the sweat tag late. Xander Bogaerts sneaks in there. The second best base stealer by stolen base percentage in the big leagues takes a bag.
Boy, how about this jump, man? He got a great jump. Is he? Ooh, that is close.
Chicago's challenging the safe call at second base.
Nico Harner, man, he shows you a little athleticism right there. Goes up and gets the ball, and all in the same motion, applies the tag towards the back end.
Replay review powered by Zoom. It's really a very low-risk challenge by the Cubs. You get an extra challenge in the postseason. And we're already in the 7th inning. We're near the crew chief review period of the game anyway.
How about this? All in one motion.
Is it enough to overturn? I mean, we're looking at this thing three different ways.
You can't see where that right here. You might be able to see where the hand is.
I think he's got the fingers on the bag.
Yeah.
Call is safe on the field. Fans here think it'll be overturned, of course. They're showing the replay up on the big screen.
That was a really nice throw by Carson Kelly, too. Because I felt like Bogarts got an outstanding jump. Like he was off and moving early on that one. And when you're still on a left-hander, of course, you're moving. First movement, you are off and headed towards second.
The runner's safe. Chicago has one challenge remaining.
20 and 22 in the regular season. For a 33-year-old who just came off a fractured foot, guys, Xander Bogaerts can move.
Yeah, look at that jump. I mean, just absolutely accelerating. That's the thing. First 3 steps is when you steal a bag. And that's where Xander Bogaerts so explosive, those first 3 steps.
Career high steals in his 13th year. Now at second as Iglesias misses a breaking ball, 1 and 2.
Padres 0 for 2 today. Runners in score position, 3 for 20 in this 3-game series.
numbers are good here. A smaller sample size for Iglesias off of Pomeranz. Former 5th overall pick. Throws a 1-2. Iglesias lines it to second, and a leaping Nico Hoerner. They tried somebody else. It was the wrong somebody.
Well, their problem is they tried another Gold Glover. And this middle infield is getting it done. Watch Nico Hoerner. At the last second, he kind of gets back in position, and up the ladder he goes to collect that one. Almost like he jumped a little bit too early. That ball fooled him a little bit. I think he thought it was hit a little bit harder, but he is so athletic, he's still able to make the play. And Jose Iglesias can't believe it. Nico Hoerner says, that's 2 down.
See how high he got?
He just kind of hovered.
A double jump for the 6-footer from Oakland, California. The Stanford man soaring through the sky, and Pomeranz has 2 outs. Jake Cronenworth. They're chanting his name now at Wrigley Field.
That's awesome.
Cronenworth drives the ball to center field. A lot of room out there for PCA, and the inning is over. Pomeranz gets it done with a little help from his friends. Golden gloves all over the Chicago team. You'll believe a second baseman can fly.
4 is 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game.
The new Simon and Garfunkel. Dempster and Arrieta leading the 7th inning stretch here at Wrigley. The Cubs faithful have been buzzing from before first pitch. They're 6 outs away from the National League Division Series as Robert Suarez returns to the game to face Bush with Hoerner and Happ to follow. Bryce Johnson into the game to replace the pinch hitter Iglesias in left. The San Diego bullpen has once again been incredible. Yu Darvish got just 3 outs in the game, 4 hits, 2 earned, 1 strikeout. Estrada, King, Peralta, and Suarez, 5 innings, no runs. And Mike Shield's team, which has been behind the 8 ball from the 2nd inning on, somehow down just 2. They got 6 outs left in their season. They've got 9-1-2 up in the 8th, and this bullpen, which has to be absolutely gassed, is pushing forward to the finish line. Suarez misses with a changeup. His 28th pitch after throwing 18 in an inning and a third yesterday. There he is.
Morejon is up, folks, for what he's done through 2 games.
Bush drives the ball to deep right field. Michael Bush, goodbye. They've been waiting since the 2nd for that swing as Bush clears the ivy, and it's 3-0 Chicago. The Cubs' best home run hitter in the regular season with his first in the playoffs.
Yeah, 34 in the regular season, and he gets a fastball. By the way, 2 strikes after 3 changeups in a row, and he gets an elbow fastball. And see you later.
Now Nico Hoerner in the deep left field. Johnson is back. That ball's off the top of the wall. Hoerner's into second with a double, and they're going crazy at the confines.
Hey now.
A man not known for his power, Nico Hoerner, nearly took this one into the basket.
Boy, that's going up and getting one right there. Michael Bush just put a biscuit right over the basket, and right behind him, Nico Horner playing a little bit of wall ball. Cubs got the extra base hits working here in the 7th inning.
And Robert Suarez, 31 pitches deep, has reached the end of the line. Handing the ball off, perhaps for the final time as a Padre. That's up to Adrian Morejon and his offense at the moment. A 3-0 Chicago lead as Bush and Horner homer and double after the stretch. Just the second run allowed by the Padres pen this series.
You felt like it was just a matter of time before the Cubs got going. We talked about all the home runs they've hit this year, 3rd most in baseball. And that was a heck of a swing. Go up top shelf by Michael Bush and just bury one out to right center field.
And you guys have been talking about it all series. The Cubs have been getting peppered with high fastballs. And finally they get to him.
Nico Horner backing it up too. Got a sinker, and he almost put this one out. Got that fastball in on the hands after making the huge defensive play to save a run. The last half inning comes up with a big swing to back up the home run from Bush.
5th home run in the last 8 for Michael Bush. Traded from the Dodgers before the start of last year. 1st rounder out of North Carolina in 2019. He homered in 5 straight last year in April. He established himself early as a Cubs rookie, took an even bigger step this year. And his team leads by 3 as the Padres turn to Adrian Morejon again.
Again is right. Morejon's 3rd consecutive appearance in this series. But man, has he been good. He has got his work cut out. Runner at second base, nobody out. It just feels like the Padres have to draw a line in the sand right now.
See if Morejon has any sand left. Down to second. Horner sneaks in there. Adrian Morejon through Tuesday, only 9 pitches. Yesterday, 33 pitches, 2 and a 3rd innings. And he's going 3 straight days for just the 2nd time this year. Ian Happ lays down a bunt. It's a beautiful bunt. Happ is out at first, and Fermin and Machado had to scramble to the plate. Nobody was covering. Ian Happ with a sacrifice bunt to put a runner at 3rd and only 1 out.
Well, the Cubs searching for a little bit of insurance as we get the latter part of this game right here. And Ian Happ, you can't bunt one any better than that right there. Just kind of debs it right there in front of home plate. Forces Fermin to come out. And there's another insurance run sitting over at 3rd base now. Only 1 out.
The rare bunt to get to a left-on-left situation.
Especially from the 3-hole. It's definitely not something you see.
Ian Happ, 5 career sacrifice bunts, and maybe this is part of the reason they're doing it. Pretty good matchup historically for Tucker. Cal Tucker is about as reverse splits as you can get. Almost as good against lefties as he is against righties. Two hits for Tucker. The Cubs with a hit in every inning. Chicago had just 10 hits in the first 2 games of the series. They have 12 today. Cubs are 12 for 27 plus a walk. One for Morejon.
That's off.
Very close pitch, called ball 2. One plus from Robert Suarez. 4 hits right now, 1 earned run. Second most pitches this season. He threw 31. Tucker with a ground ball to first. Arise will go to the plate. He gets the out there on a hit first Horner. 3-2 to cut down the potential fourth run.
Well, Luis Arise, man, started a beautiful double play just a couple of innings ago. And watch this right here. He knows he's got to come home. Good footwork, a perfect throw, and a nice tag by Fermin.
Was he out? Cubs are going to use their second challenge.
Yeah, they get him.
Remember, once you get to the 8th inning, you can ask for a crew chief review. This is another replay review powered by Zoom. Now, this replay that the stadium's showing makes him look a little more safe. Right there.
Yeah, I tell you, the tag is up high. That is the issue. Just above the bicep. The question is, does the oven mitt get in there or not?
Is there clear and convincing evidence to overturn the out call?
That look looks like they get him.
Yep.
The look before looks like he gets in there. I don't know. Call is out on the field.
I think so far this feels like a stance.
That looks safe though.
Yeah.
We've had some close replays in this one, haven't we?
Ben, what do you got?
Gosh.
That should be the umpire's call if it's close. The call on the field, gosh.
I mean, it's honestly, I don't see enough to overturn this one. I felt like if the call's the other way, that's what you get there. You don't have enough to overturn it if you call him safe.
What do you think, Jess?
That makes him look safe. That look right there. When you look at the one behind the runner, then he looks out. But that looks like the best look.
The call field stands. The runner's out. Chicago loses both challenges.
Stands.
Yeah, I just don't think it was enough there.
Good play by Rice, who has made 2 great throws.
Oh, he has. He has been on point, man. That double play he started a couple innings ago, outstanding. And a really nice job there. And give Morejon credit too. When you bring the infield in, that tells the pitcher one thing. You got to find a way to create a ground ball, and he did.
So it stays 3-0. Cubs squander another opportunity. The inning's alive for Suzuki. Take a strike.
The Cubs, when they've needed an extra base hit, has been off the bat of Suzuki. Game 1, a home run. He's had 2 consecutive games with the double. The slug has been there, and this is the part of the order has been clutch for them.
0-1 pitch. That doesn't look like a guy pitching for a 3rd straight day.
No, it does.
The last pitcher to throw 3 consecutive days with one of those outings, 2 1/3 innings or more, was Adalberto Mejia in 2019 for the Angels. This just doesn't happen, and Morejon is letting it eat. The Cubs get one on the Busch Blast. 9-1-2 coming up for San Diego. The postseason on Capital One Entertainment. Visit CapitalOne.com/entertainment. Well, this Cubs relay race has passed the baton to Brad Keller. They hope for the final 6 outs. A gorgeous sunset at Wrigley on a beautiful night for baseball. And the Chicago Cubs are 6 outs away from a date with the Milwaukee Brewers in the Wild Card Series. They bring in Keller after a scoreless inning from Pomeranz, and they hope Brad Keller will take them home.
Brad Keller threw 13 pitches, 1 inning in Game 1 of this series. On the year, an outstanding year. 75 strikeouts and 69 2/3. ERA just north of 2. Good 4-seam fastball. It's going to be upper 90 fastball, a little slider, sweeper, and a changeup as well.
Ready for Fermin with a double tonight. 1 and 2 for the 9-hitter. Fermin takes wide. Taillon 4 scoreless. Thielbar 2/3 of an inning. Palencia 1 1/3. Pomeranz 1. Cubs have struck out 6, walked only 1. A fly ball fouled away by Fermin on 2-2. Brett Keller has gone 2 innings 3 times this year. Last was July 30th in a win at Milwaukee. Fermin gulps a ball to left. He continues to torment Chicago out of the 9 spot. Freddie Fermin now 4 for 10 in this series.
4th hit. And the at-bats that he's had too. 2 strike at-bats, all kinds of different ways.
Well, how about this? Connolly Early's 5th major league start is going to come in a winner-take-all game in the Bronx. Have fun, kid. Connolly Early and Cam Schlittler, the 2 rookies, the Red Sox Yankees. The winner is off to Toronto, coming up 8 Eastern, 7 Central, here on ESPN. What an atmosphere it will be in the Bronx. What an atmosphere it is here on the north side of Chicago. It might be time to panic for the Padres as Tatis chases a slider.
Well, the Padres are right where they want to be, man. Right at the top of the lineup. Leadoff single by Fermin.
Tatis chases a devastating Keller sinker.
This is the inning. This is the inning. If the Padres want to keep their season alive, it comes down to this 8th inning with who they have up to bat, especially with the runner on.
Tatis is tied up. A holding missile from Keller.
Man, it ought to be illegal to make a ball move like this at this kind of velocity. 97 miles an hour. Watch where this ball starts and where it ends up. That's a 2-seam dream is what that is right there. That just chews up Fernando Tatis Jr.
Hitless in the loss. 1 for 4 the walk, 2 runs in the win. Tatis is 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts tonight.
And it matters. This team goes as he goes. It's been the way it is, especially in the postseason. He usually lights them up. He has been quiet this series.
1-0 for a rise. That's way inside. It gets all the way away from Kelly back toward the foul line. Keller has to retrieve his own wild pitch.
This ball gets away from Kelly and it hits the umpire, DJ Rayburn. Watch this. Right by him, off the shin, and kicks toward the first base dugout.
And after a couple of Duke Lucia's tosses, here's Tommy Hotovy. Five more outs to get for Craig Counsell. He's used Thielbar, Palencia, and Pomeranz. Andrew Kittredge could be available after the 8th inning Tuesday and the 1st inning yesterday, but the plan is likely to go Keller the rest of the way. The guy who was cut from one of the worst teams in baseball history last year, the White Sox. Made some mechanical tweaks. His velocity has jumped about 4 miles an hour. Here he is on the other side of town. He's fallen behind a rise 3-0. Manny Machado is on deck as the tying run.
And if you're Luis Arraez in this count, maybe you take a pitch. Maybe you take a couple of pitches just to try to get on base to bring the tying run to the plate.
Definitely took one.
Got Manny Machado on deck.
Strike 2. A little ground ball. Shaw gives way to Swanson. You'd think Luis would have learned by now. That's 3 straight outs to Dansby Swanson and 2 down in the 8th.
I tell you, Dansby's footwork is so good. If you talk to infielders, they'll tell you your feet take your glove to the ball. And watch the footwork here. Moving really quick, gets to the side of the ball. He gets around the ball to create the momentum going towards first base. Watch him circle this ball just slightly, get a little momentum going towards first base, and a dart throw to get a rise.
Keller nearly overthrows another one. Kelly saves a run-scoring wild pitch on ball one to Manny Machado. Machado, a 2-run home run yesterday. His only hit of the series. These Padres in the postseason for the 4th time in 6 years, just the 9th in 57 years. The best era of Padres baseball. A strike over the outside, it's 1-2.
Keller throws that fastball away, man. Looked like slider away.
On the ground to shortstop. Dansby Swanson. Inning over. 24 outs done. 3 to get for the Chicago Cubs.
Copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Office of the Commissioner of Baseball and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent.
It's a game of adjustments. Game 1, look at Pete Crow Armstrong on the left. He's up further up. His head is moving down. He makes an adjustment tonight. You see how low and wide he is. What does that do with the 2-strike hit? He's had 2 of them this game. Simplified everything, but most importantly, minimized the head movement so he can make more contact and not have the chase. He's up second in this inning, and you look at the different swings and the whiffs. That's the biggest difference of his series. Game 1 and 2, a whole lot of it. Only 2 whiffs out of 8 swings in this game.
Drove in the first run for Chicago tonight, first of 3. David Morgan is the new Padres pitcher. Adrian Morejon got 3 outs and the 7th. Morgan, the 6th San Diego reliever today, makes his wild card debut.
Stop me if you've heard this the last couple of days. High velocity fastball. Going to average 98 miles an hour by a Padre reliever.
What?
That's new.
Surely you jest. Morgan to Carson Kelly, fouls it away.
Fastball 98, got a curveball and a slider and an occasional changeup by David Morgan.
Hey, shout out to Adrian Morejon. That was ridiculous stuff, pitching for a 3rd day in a row. He goes 4 1/3 scoreless in the series. Estrada, King, Peralta, Suarez, and Morejon. 6 innings, 1 run. It was allowed by Robert Suarez. And this Padres bullpen has had to put together a couple of superhuman efforts in this series, but it's been the Cubs pitching that's been the story once again. A 3-1 win Tuesday. San Diego won 3-0 yesterday. The Cubs have flipped the script. Kelly chases a slider for strike 3. Play Ball is baseball's global youth initiative to highlight the fun and accessible ways to play our great game. To learn more, including how to find a league near you, go to playball.org and follow at Playball on X, Facebook, and Instagram. Two hits tonight for Pete Crow Armstrong.
I mean, it feels like everybody in the Padre bullpen throws 100. Everybody.
Whipped into right. PCA right on time for 100. His 3rd hit.
We talked about it coming into this inning. I mean, he's made adjustments in a big way. Look how low he is. This is such a difference last 2 games. And what does that do? 100 miles an hour? Now a little lower in the zone. Oh, I love this look. Take you inside the batter's box and gets 100 miles an hour. If you want to hit it, you got to meet it. Pete Crow Armstrong puts his body into a position position where he can hit 100, where he wasn't the first 2 games.
A 3-hit night, matching Michael Busch. 3 hits at the top of the lineup.
And PCA might not be at first base very long. "35 stolen bases on the year.
Strike 1 to Swanson. Padre 9th inning. It'll be 4, 5, 6. Merrill, Bogarts, and O'Hearn. Ready for it, and he's still waiting. PCA goes barreling into the bag for a steal.
There was no doubt he was going to try to take an extra 90 right here. Cubs up 3-0 late in this ball game, looking for a little bit of insurance right there. And PCA, watch the jump. Outstanding. Off and moving, head down to the backside of the bag, and boy, that is close again. Does he stay on the bag? Because Cronenworth does a nice job, and that's what they're teaching infielders now because of replay. There used to be a time we would do a swipe tag and get out of there, but now infielders are holding the tag on the runner because there's a chance they slide across the bag a little bit.
Well, it's another replay review powered by Zoom. This is the second time the Padres have challenged a safe call on a steal at second.
So I think he's in there right there. So he's safe right there. The question is, does he keep contact with the bag? And a nice job by Cronenworth. And right there, it looks like he may be off. See, he is off right there. And that's what I'm talking about. Continuing to apply the tag by middle infielders.
Remember, at the Replay Review Center in New York, the folks have this mosaic capability. They can put a couple of looks together, sync them up.
The thing is, replay was never designed for plays like this. It was never designed, but it's turned into this now. Because clearly he beat it. He was in there and was safe, but then he slid across the
lost
back.
Contact with the base. It will be overturned. He is out.
Yeah.
San Diego returns both their challenges.
Once again, Freddie Fermin, in the face of a great jump, cuts down a Cub base stealer. John Cusack can't believe it. Don't make Cusack mad.
I think what's so hard about that too, though, is Cronenworth's legs also in the way, and he had to move his arm to get out of the way of the leg. It's just, he stole the bag.
No, he stole it. But I mean, give Cronenworth credit too for just continuing to apply pressure, keep the tag on PCA.
So the base is wiped clean for Dansby Swanson on a 1-1. And it's 1-2. Nobody warming up for the Cubs. It will be Brad Keller after getting through a scoreless eighth. Two for Dansby. Struck him out swinging. Still 3-0 because of some great throws by Fermin. PCA had it stolen until there was a little air under there. We go to the 9th inning. Photoshop a boombox in there. Cubs need 3 outs. The 6'6" right-hander Cam Schlittler was dominant down the stretch for the Yankees. His first career postseason start against Connolly early, making his first career start. 2 rookies on the bump and the boogie down block. Sox and Yankees game 3, 8:08 Eastern, 7:08 Central, 5:08 Pacific. First pitch here in Chicago, Illinois. The Padres need to get 3 outs, or need to get 3 runs before the Cubs get 3 outs. San Diego has never won a postseason game it's trailed heading into the 9th. They've got the middle of the order against Brad Keller, who misses with a breaking ball to Jackson Merrill, ball 1. Merrill, Bogarts, and O'Hearn for San Diego. Strike 1, 97. Padres went 90-72 in the regular season. A high drive to right field. Merrill gets into one. Did he get under it? He got just enough into the basket for Jackson Merrill, the leadoff man in the 9th, with a home run for San Diego, and the Padres are not done yet. The 3rd extra base hit of this wild card series for 22-year-old Jackson Merrill.
The second of this game, he had a double back in the 4th inning. This was a changeup, so it's actually going away from the barrel. Merrill does a beautiful job. Watch him go down underneath this and somehow get that far under. He got so far under it, it almost didn't go out, barely clearing into the basket.
If this kid isn't one of the biggest stars in baseball, he will be soon. Jackson Merrill, 22 years old. Big part of these Padres postseason teams the first 2 years of his career, and he has injected a little life into the Friar faithful in the 9th. Tying runs on deck. Inside to Xander Bogaerts for ball 2, and now if you're Craig Counsell, you're thinking about contingency plans. Keller's already thrown 26 pitches.
They got double barrel in the bullpen too. Matthew Boyd up, Andrew Kittredge. Boyd the starter in game 1.
Kittredge the starter in game 2.
Yeah, Kittredge has thrown twice in both games.
Welcome to modern day baseball. You're trying to close out a series with the starting pitchers from the first 2 games. Kittredge, of course, was an opener. It's 3-2 now on Bogaerts, who's trying to compel Ryan O'Hearn to the plate as the tying run. Xander has had a very good series, 4 for 11 with a double. A 3-2 from Keller. DJ Rayburn just bailed out Keller, and Bogaerts knows it. Next year, that is a helmet tap in a millisecond.
That will definitely be a hat tapper next year.
Not a strike. And honestly, a great take. This is a full count take below the zone. To be able to spit on this pitch is a great at bat. He should be on first base. That is not close.
Credit to Carson Kelly for framing it, but a huge break for the Cubs. They won't complain. They get the first out. And a late strike call to O'Hearn, 1-2.
Boy, watch it just right below the bottom of the zone. And you're right, KB. Carson Kelly might have stole that one. He yanked that one up so quick.
And 2 for Ryan O'Hearn. A couple of guys here who were floundering Kansas City Royals not too long ago. Keller and O'Hearn on the postseason stage, and Keller drills him. O'Hearn will hobble to first on a 2-strike hit by pitch with a combination grimace and smile. He'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Boy, you talk about a big miss, because you could. Carson Kelly is set up on the outside part of the plate. That ball's yanked all the way in, and all of a sudden the Padres will bring the tie-in run to the plate.
Tommy Hotovy makes one more mound visit here in the ninth. Want folks to know that the start of Yankees-Red Sox is over on ESPN2. Still have some business to take care of here. O'Hearn will try to walk out the bruise behind the bag. Ryan O'Hearn, another pending free agent. The Padres, look, it's not all the chips into the middle of the table this year, but it's a lot of them. They know they have a real chance in a wide open year. They know it's going to be a different roster next year, and they are going to fight to the last out as Bryce Johnson, who hit .342 in the regular season, stands in. First pitch from Keller. Johnson, a ground ball, foul. Only 84 plate appearances, but .342, .383 on base percentage for the switch hitting Johnson.
All it takes is one big swing.
Chase for strike two. Bryce Johnson in 224 plate appearances in the big leagues has only hit 2 home runs. One, two. He hit him too. A changeup skipped away. Keller has lost control, and the Padres have the tying runs on base on back-to-back hit batsmen.
Boy, these are some big misses too, man. And you can see where Carson Kelly's set up again. He's sitting well on the outside part of the plate, and these balls are yanking. It looks like the changeup. He has just lost control. Has Keller of the changeup.
It's the right hand for Craig Counsell. He had his game 1 starter Matthew Boyd getting loose. He'll go to the game 2 opener. Andrew Kittredge for a 3rd consecutive day. Kittredge will try to rescue the 9th inning, which has been turned nearly upside down by the San Diego offense and the wayward right arm of Keller. Probably good for everybody here. We all have a moment to breathe right now as the Padres put up a run on the Merrill homer. Should have had a walk. Bogart struck out looking, and then back-to-back hit batters.
Yeah, the only out of the inning was supposed to be a walk, so bases should be loaded.
Well, we knew this about this Padres team. They ain't got no quit in them at all. And that's the beauty of baseball, right? You got to get 27 outs to complete the game. And sometimes 25, 26, and 27 are the most difficult to get.
Well, the biggest thing is you got 2 more batters here at 8-9, and then you got Tatis sitting, waiting to get back into this game. The script almost feels like it's going to get back to the top of this order.
There he is. Sitting, waiting, wishing, looming in the San Diego dugout. Tatis, it's Cronenworth first. If you're looking for Red Sox Yankees, by the way, a reminder that game is about to get underway on ESPN2. When we're done here in Chicago, we'll get you out to New York. And there are the numbers on Kittredge. 8th inning Tuesday, 1st inning Wednesday, 9th inning Thursday.
Andrew Kittredge, slider's the pitch of choice, and he's going to throw it about 53% of the time. He loves to kind of go east and west. So it's sinkers away from the lefties, sliders down and in. Doesn't elevate in the zone a whole lot, but it's an east to west guy.
And if you want a double play, this is the guy you turn to. First pitch in the dirt, blocked by Kelly. Remember, a wild pitch would put the tying runs both in scoring position. Will it be the time for Jake Cronenworth to snap out of it? 0 for 10 here in a wild card series. Cronenworth fouls it off at the plate.
He's got to get the ball in the air, and that's the biggest goal right now for Jake Cronenworth. Cannot hit a ground ball with this defense. These middles, Nico Horner and Dansby Swanson, that could end the game.
It's hard to get underneath that sinker if Kittredge throws it right, though.
1-1 from Kittredge. Chased it. Strike 2.
That's what Andrew Kittredge does best right there. Mid-90s sinker. He can front door it to the lefties, and he can back door it too.
O'Hearn and Johnson, the runners. It's a ground ball. Too softly hit for 2. Can they get 1? Yes, for the moment. Matt Shaw gets the out at first, and no doubt the Padres are going to take a look here. Todd Titchener had the out call at first. Mike Schilt hoping for a challenge, and he'll call for one.
Matt Shaw looked like to me he had a little bit of trouble.
First base.
Matt Shaw had a little bit of trouble on the transfer, and then he threw a dart over to first base. Out or safe?
Oh, he's out.
He's out.
This is our replay review powered by Zoom, and it's just gone up. And the scoreboards here in Wrigley.
Well, Matt Shaw knew he was in trouble after he had a little bit of trouble, and he put everything he had. And that's a nice play over at first base by Michael Busch. Goes up the ladder and somehow.
Confirmed, runners out. San Diego has 1 challenge remaining.
That's not shortchange Michael Busch. How big was his home run in the 7th? And he has a great stretch here. So O'Hearn is at third. Johnson the tying run at second. And it's Freddie Fermin, who sent the Padres to the postseason with a walk-off single last week. Who has to reach to extend their season.
Yeah, 2 base hits already tonight, and a base hit in each of the first 2 games. So Fermin's been really good in the 9-hole.
2 on, 2 out. First pitch swinging, Fermin in the center. Pete Crow Armstrong on a 3-hit day. Makes the catch. The Chicago Cubs are going to head up 94. They move on to Milwaukee and the National League Division Series. The Cubs' first postseason series win since the 2017 National League Division Series. Cubs and Brewers on Saturday. The script writes itself. For Jess Ben, Jesse, our entire crew, this is Kevin Brown. So long from Wrigley Field. Let's.
God bless you. Double pro. I'm on this, I'm fairly known. DJ Softy man, I'm on you be. You don't know. Love what you give to me, it's sweet past you got cane. I not go like you dey hide me past cocaine. See the way she just the wine, she the one pass up piano do. I swear to God, now she dey do me do. Comforting, give me love again, give me love again. If you give me love again, I will never go away. Comforting, give me My baby too fine, no, now so she dey beautiful, beautiful. Anytime I see her face, you, I go just tell a fool. Now because of you, my guys them they call me big fool. Big fool, man. See the way she soft to you, she be like fufu. Comforty, give me love again, give me love again. If you give me love again, I will never go away. Comforty, give me love again, give me love again. If you don't give me love again, it go make me go insane. Comforty, comforty, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, yeah, comfort your mama no more so. Hey, yeah, comfort you reloki mege. Hey, yeah, comfort no be reisa. Hey, yeah, comfort yeah. Hey, yeah, comfort your mama no more so. Hey, yeah, comfort you reloki mege. Hey, yeah, comfort no be reisa.
Double prop.
Yeah, yeah. God bless you, know. I'm on this song, yeah. Double pull on the miss. Yeah, yeah. DJ Safety, man. I see you. I'm on this song, yeah.
Как тяжко мертвецу среди людей, живым и страстным притворяться. Но надо в общество втираться, скрывая для карьеры лязг костей. Живые спят, мертвец встает из гроба, и в банк идет, и в суд идет, в сенат. Чем ночь белее, тем чернее злоба, и перья торжествующе скрипят. Мертвец весь день трудится над докладом, присутствие кончается, и вот нашептывает он, виляя задом, сенатору скабрезный анекдот. Уж вечер мелкий дождь зашлепал грязью прохожих и дома и прочий вздор. А мертвеца к другому безобразию скрежещущий несет таксомотор. Как тяжко мертвецу среди людей, живым и страстным притворяться. Но надо в общество втираться, скрывая для карьеры лязг костей. Живые спят, мертвец встает из гроба, и в банк идет, и в суд идет, в сенат. Чем ночь белее, тем чернее злоба, и перья торжествующе скрипят. Мертвец весь день трудится над докладом, присутствие кончается, и вот нашептывает он, виляя задом, сенатору скабрезный анекдот. Уж вечер мелкий дождь зашлепал грязью прохожих и дома и прочий вздор. А мертвеца к другому безобразию скрежещущий несет таксомотор.
Так вы стоите на моем пути, такая живая, такая красивая, но такая измученная. Говорите все было печально.